This is TaskSpoon, the series where I aim to complete the collection log one random task at a time. After nearly 2 years and over 4,000 hours of gameplay, I'm finally ready to take on RuneScape's endgame as I venture into the elite tier. Welcome to Season 4 of TaskSpoon. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 144 of the TaskSpoon series. In the last video, I did a bunch of TOA where I ended up pulling a blue jewel instead of a unique, which was very sad. I then went over to Guardians of the Rift where I did about 30 hours of rune crafting to be able to afford the Guardian's Eye, where I actually pulled the pet as well, and I still don't have a tarnished locket, so this log is absolutely cooked, but that was the last Guardians of the Rift task on the spreadsheet, which was very cool. And we ended by rolling a hard clue unique task where I opened the 5 hard caskets I already had and got nothing, so we still need to get 5 more. And I said in the last video that I had a method of getting hard clues that I wanted to try out that I've never done before, but I actually have 2 new methods I want to do. So let's talk about them. The method that I was referring to in the last video was actually stealing from the rogue's chests in the rogue's castle. They've recently updated these chests to have much better loot, much better XP per hour, and have a decent chance at giving hard clues. So I wanted to go and give that a go, mostly because I only need 1 more level to 99 thieving, and I thought that would be a good way to get a little bit of thieving XP while I got some hard clues. But the other thing I wanted to try out is actually related to this new handy dandy bow that I have in my inventory here. I wanted to go and AFK some warp jellies with the Venator bow instead of bursting. I feel like that'll be a great way to AFK some hard clues, especially because I need to do some editing. So I'm going to give both those methods a go. I think I'm going to start with the warp jellies just because I want to go and start editing my last video. But yeah, this is the first time I'm actually going to get to use the Venator bow, so that's kind of cool. So this is the setup I'm going to start with. I'm probably going to end up making changes along the way, but I ran the DPS calcs and Void is definitely my best bet here, as well as I was going to use the Pegasian boots and the Archer's Ring, but I swapped to the Devout boots and the Ring of Suffering, and I only lose like 0.3 seconds on the average time to kill, and I gain like over double my prayer bonus. I gain 9 prayer bonus, which is really going to help because I am going to be camping Prey Melee as a AFK. So that's the plan. I'm going to go see how it works. Okay, well, I've only been here for like 10 minutes, and I love it. This is exactly what I needed. AFK, fast kills, 2 hard clue scrolls already. Thank you, game. So I think last time I had a hard clue unique task, it took me about 25 caskets to get 5 new uniques. So I think I'm going to start maybe around 15. Maybe we'll open those and see if we get lucky. So yeah, I think I'll do that. And also, the nice thing is, I can just drop all the clues. As long as I pick them up and drop them again myself, they'll stay on the ground for an hour. So I can stay here for a while and get a bunch of hard clues and then go and do them all at the same time instead of needing to go and do each one individually. So I think that's going to be my plan. I'm just going to AFK here until I have a bunch of hard clues on the ground and then go and do them all. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, in the last episode, I did get a master clue from one of the caskets that I opened, and unfortunately, I did have to drop it. It needed a Zamorak Godsword, which I still do not have because I haven't gone back to Krill, so F. Another nice thing about doing this for my hard clues, although kind of minor, but warp jellies have a pretty decent chance to drop dark totem pieces, and every 3 dark totem pieces is a Scotizo kill, which is a guaranteed hard clue. So not only is it one of the best chances just from an enemy itself to drop a hard clue, but you're also getting extra hard clues the longer you're here. So that's kind of nice too. I mean, just look at the screen. It doesn't get much better than this. Pretty much just like an hour of AFK Venator bowing jellies while I do other things, and I've just got 5 clues ready to go. Okay, well, I ended up getting 16 caskets over the course of like 4 or 5 hours. I don't really know. I was editing and doing some other stuff, so I'm ready to open. Hoping for like maybe 3 new uniques would be good, I think. I don't really know. Let's just open them. And I got a master. Okay. I really want to keep opening these, so I'm just going to drop that for now, and I'll do it in a sec. But yeah, let's try that again. Okay, another master. I'll just also drop that. That, I think, is really bad, but I'm gonna look that up later. Okay, we got a unique. RuneKite Shield T, 1 out of 5. Okay, 9 more caskets. No way! That's sick! Okay, sure. I need to figure out what that counts for. I don't think that counts for this task. But cool, okay. Wow, was not expecting that one. Neat. Let's keep going. And another master clue. Okay, what is going on? So although this is very cool, it is on the rare log for hard, elite, and master clues. So I don't really know how the spreadsheet's supposed to handle it, but I'm gonna count it as a hard clue unique. I got it from a hard clue, and I think it's sick. So I'm gonna count that as 2 out of 5. But now I have to do 3 master clues. This could take a very long time. Hey look, this is the exact master clue step that I got the Bando's boots for. Nice. And there is casket number 1. And casket number 2. And there is casket number 3. Okay, hello, good morning to the gamers. Those 3 master caskets were all just very slow and took way longer than expected, so didn't really get much else done last night, but it is the next day. I'm going back to it, editing, killing jellies with the bow, you know what it is. Since I only need 3 more uniques, I think I'm gonna go for like 10 caskets. If we get really lucky, that will be enough, and if not, then we'll just get some more. And I've already got 5 clues on the ground from the last hour or so of AFK editing, so yeah, we'll do this 2 more times, and then we'll open 10 more. The one thing I dislike about hard clues is just how many steps are in the wilderness. I feel like it's just such a high percentage compared to every other clue. So the good thing about this method, where I'm just leaving them all on the ground, I can do all of the ones in the wilderness sort of at the same time without needing to re-gear all my stuff. Because obviously when you're not in the wilderness, I like to have all my teleports on me just to make the clues faster. But when you're in the wilderness, obviously you don't want to risk all your stuff. So every time I have all these clues, I sort them into wilderness and non-wilderness steps. And I'll just do like all of the non-wilderness ones first. And then once I have a bunch of wilderness ones, I'll gear up for the wildy and then go and do a bunch of those in a row and go back and forth. And that way there's just less re-gearing and I end up doing them all faster, which is very nice. Alright, well, it's not 10 caskets, but I've got 8 here. I gotta go do some real life stuff, but I want to see if we have any uniques in these, so I'm gonna open them. Honestly, I'm just hoping for like 1, maybe 2 would be great. Okay, well, there's 1. Zammy D-Hide boots. Actually, maybe useful too. Nice. Okay, there's 2. Rune Helm H3. My luck is amazing. And a master clue. Well, I'll do that one in a sec. Let's see if we can keep it rolling. And Armadillo D-Hide Shield. Okay, well, that was incredible. I'm very glad that I decided to open them. Not only did we get 3 uniques in there, I still have 2 caskets left, which is going to be great for next time. And the Armadillo D-Hide Shield, all the God D-Hide Shields are the rarest common drops, which I know doesn't really make any sense, but what I mean by that is the rarest drops that are on the regular hard treasure tales log, not in the rare tier. They are a 1 in 9,750 each, so that is pretty cool that I now have 2 of them. Very nice. So I guess I'm gonna go and do this master clue, and then we'll roll a new task. And here we are back on the spreadsheet. We can complete the task, and let's see what we're doing. I really don't know what I want, so let's just see. Get 1 unique from raids. Okay, perfect. Yes, good. Last time I had a raids unique task, I ended up going to TOA where I got a blue jewel, which was not exactly what I wanted to see. And I think I'm just going to be going back there. I really want a Fang and I really want a Light Bearer. And considering they're so common from TOA, it just feels stupid not to go back. So yeah, I guess I can use my blue Chaos Partisan now at Kefri, so it'll make my raids slightly faster. But yeah, we're definitely going to be going back to TOA here. If I got to pick any of the raids uniques to just have right now, it would probably, okay, well, it would probably be a Shadow or a T-Bow or a Scythe, but if we ignore those, it would almost definitely be a Dex Scroll. I think Rigor is my biggest upgrade right now, but considering how many different uniques there are at Chambers of Xeric that I might get instead, it just feels kind of silly not to go and get a Lightbearer and a Fang first, especially because TOA is so easy for me to just go and blast through solos. So yeah, that's going to be the plan. Back to TOA with a Blue Partisan. Hopefully we can get even faster KC. And yeah, hopefully we're going to get a Fang. Okay, well, hopefully we're going to get a Shadow. But then if not a Shadow, then a Fang or a Lightbearer. Going to be starting this task at a nice clean 69 KC for normal mode TOAs. With the invocations that I run, I'm doing about 225s. That's what I can do consistently. And I have about a 1 in 35 chance at a purple, according to how many points I've been getting. So yeah, I'm right around rate for 2 purples, but hopefully it doesn't take that long. I ended up getting this jewel on like KC 18 or something in the last task. So yeah, I'm hoping for a Fang, hoping for a Lightbearer, and I'm hoping it doesn't take too long. Oh, so apparently that last clip just didn't have any audio. The software I used for my mic was updating and it just wasn't working, but there's 95 fletching. That allowed me to make my dragon darts, which I don't think I'll actually use anytime soon, but yeah, just sort of cool. 95 fletching, I can do everything in the game with that, and the only thing left is 99 there, so cool. I did all that fletching last night and just finished off 95 this morning, and we are ready to jump into the raids. Like I said before, pretty much the same thing as last time. The only difference is the Karis Partisan of breaching, so that should help with Kefri. And other than that, we should be good to go. Kefri was actually one of my slower rooms, so this should be really nice. Alright, first raid of the video was a little sloppy, but it was also the first thing I did when I woke up this morning, so my brain's not quite awake yet. Either way, 2.8% chance at a purple. Yeah. Now I'm really hoping we don't end up getting the Eye of the Corruptor. For starters, I have no use for it. I don't really do team TOAs, at least not right now, so it's absolutely useless. I have the 2 jewels that are actually useful for me, and I really would like to get one of these purples, so every time I'm opening this chest, I'm just hoping I don't see that red gem. That would have been really bad timing if I got it. The other thing that I've just sort of been neglecting is the fact that TOB exists. Apparently, I've been told that it should be pretty easy with my gear and stats to just sort of go in there with a team, do a few raids, and eventually I'll get an Avertic Defender hilt, which would just be a permanent upgrade to something that I already use. So at some point, I'm going to have to do that as well. I just don't really know when. TOB is definitely the raid that I am the least comfortable at. I never really did any real TOB before, so yeah, I did just want to mention that because that is something I do want in the future. Anyways, there is another raid completed, significantly better than the last one. I'm actually awake and like playing the game properly now, so surely I will be rewarded with a purple unique item. Huh. Okay, but surely they wouldn't punish me by giving me a red jewel. So you gotta say it so that when it happens, it's at least funny and you're not just sad. I will say, even though I would have very, very much preferred not a blue jewel in the last task, it does help with the Kefri kills. I'm definitely noticing some faster, more consistent Kefris, which sometimes when I miss my specs with a BGS, Kefri can be really annoying, so I guess it's okay. You know, it does make farming TOA faster, but, you know, so would a Fang, so let's just get one of those right now. Sag. Hey, an Elite Clue. It's kind of funny, Elite Clues are like a nice little consolation prize for me. I get to stock up some Elite Clues for the next task, and gives me a little bit of a break from grinding raids, so yeah, we'll take it. Oh my god, yes. This is the first time I've got this clue step since they added the agility shortcut. I cannot wait to do this. If this is a purple, then legally everyone watching the video has to subscribe. What I forgot to mention was that if it's not a purple, then legally you still have to subscribe. And that's another raid done with the slowest AK of all time, but we're just going to forget about it. Didn't die, that's the important part, so still got all my points. Decent chance at a purple. Nope. So I decided to try and learn the butterfly method at Akka. I know the tile markers are probably very confusing, but hopefully you saw there, essentially you just run in a circle so he can never hit you, and he never changes off the mage phase if he can't hit you. He changes every so often on attack, but if he never attacks, then he'll never change. The one thing I just noticed, although I was getting the pattern down okay, it drains your run energy pretty quick. I have a lot of weight on me, 78 kilograms, so my run doesn't last very long. So if I want to actually do that in real runs, then I should probably end up bringing a stamina potion, but yeah, I just wanted to try and learn that. And the good thing about TOA is I can just come into a raid and go straight to Akka to go and practice like that. Which other raids don't let you do, so that's kind of cool. The main reason I decided to go and try that out was I went and ran the DPS calcs at all the bosses that I was doing, just to make sure that I was, doing the right thing. And at Akka, it said that my mage setup was sort of in the middle. The range setup with the Bofa was slightly higher DPS, and the melee setup with the Blade of Saildor on stab was slightly lower DPS. And I figured that if I can have the sort of average DPS, but consistent throughout the whole kill, and not have to deal with the specials as much, and take less damage as well, I feel like that'd be just better overall. So I kind of wanted to try it out, and I'll put a screenshot on screen here, probably already have, to be honest, of the DPS calc that I did. Some people don't know really what I mean when I say a DPS calc. So this is sort of an example. You just put in all your gear, all your stats, everything, all your boosts, prayers, pots, whatever. Put in the enemy that you're killing. In this case, I put in Akka at a 225 TOA raid level, and it tells you exactly how much DPS you have, your average time to kill, your max hit, all that. It just tells you essentially like what the best thing to use there is of the options you put in. So I figured that I just want to talk about that a little bit, just so that you guys know sort of what I do when I say I ran a DPS calc. So I was watching sports and eating dinner, and I needed something to click on, and originally I was going to go to Vyres, but turns out it wasn't quite AFK enough. With needing to eat and cast Shadow Veil and making sure that I had dodgy necklaces on and all that. So instead, I decided to come over here to the Knights of Ardun and just spam click in the same spot while I ate food. And I did it. I got 99 thieving. Heck yeah. I figured that at the very least, if I did that now, when I go back to the Vyres, I'll actually have the thieving cape, which will increase my success rate. So yeah, cool. Another 99 crossed off the list. So I can buy the Thieving Cape. The Thieving Cape gives an extra 10% chance to succeed when pickpocketing, which I believe stacks multiplicatively with the Arty Diary and the other thing. But it is just a nice thing to have. When I go back to Vyres now, I'll have the maximum chance to succeed. So hopefully I can finally get a Blood Shard. I'm so dry there, and I really need another one. So yeah, this should help. So I actually just went to look it up, and at 98 thieving with the Arty Hard Diary, you have a 54.69% chance of succeeding a pickpocket on a Vyre, and with 99 thieving and the cape, it goes up to a 60.55% chance. So almost a 5% or almost a 6% increase on every pickpocket is going to be very useful when I go back there. Anyways, that'll be for another time. For now, we are going back to raids. I want to go try this butterfly thing out. All right, let's see if I can not mess this up. All right, well, there is another raid completed. The whole butterfly thing sort of worked. I don't really understand what you're supposed to do when it does the special where it has the balls follow you. Because if you go in a circle, like, you're just going to run into the balls that you made last time. So I need to look up what to do when that happens. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing it, but it is just fun to learn new methods like that. And yeah, let's just get a purple, and then we don't have to do anything. A purple, let's go! Okay, so I'm going to put it on screen here. This is the odds of the uniques. Once you've rolled a purple, it doesn't matter invocation level, it doesn't matter points, it doesn't matter any of that. These are the odds that I get these items. 1 in a 3.429, I don't know why it's so specific, chance to get a Fang or a Lightbearer. 1 in 8 for a Ward, which would be terrible. 1 in 12 for a Masori piece, which as long as it's not the Chaps isn't terrible, but would much rather anything else. And a 1 in 24 for a Shadow. I'm so excited, man. I'm just gonna do it. Let's, I don't even know, man. A Fang would be so big. A Lightbearer even would be great. A Shadow, and I'm popping off. Okay, we'll take it. Let's go. I would have slightly rathered a Fang, but a Lightbearer is really good. Let's go. And an Elite Clue. Thank you, game. Now, most of the time when people get a Lightbearer at TOA, they're pretty sad. It is one of the most common, obviously I just showed you with the Fang, and the least expensive and least useful as a dupe. But for me, as the first Lightbearer, it's really good. And let me tell you about it. So the Lightbearer has no stats, which doesn't sound good, and well, I guess that part of it isn't good. But what it does do is it regenerates the player's special attack twice as fast. So instead of getting 10% spec energy back every 30 seconds, you get it back every 15 seconds, which essentially means you get twice as many specs as you would normally, which is really useful for a couple of things. One, just things like skilling, like if I'm doing woodcutting, mining, whatever, every time I use my dragon axe or dragon pickaxe spec, I just get it twice as fast. So I just sort of have more boosts available. Anything like, for example, Chambers of Xeric, it's really good. It lets you double spec each of the Olm hands instead of single spec each time, assuming you have like normal kill times in a team. There's a lot of useful things. Now, the only downside for me right now, I don't have a great damaging spec weapon. As soon as I get a good damaging spec weapon, like Claws or a Void Waker or something like that, then it becomes really strong for certain situations. Right now, the only thing I would really be using it for would be defense draining specs and stuff like that. But yeah, honestly, Lightbearer is just amazing, really good to have. Now, I'm going to be really upset when I get like 5 of these before I end up getting a Fang. But yeah, like I said, it is one of the more common drops, and I'm very happy to have it. I was going to put a picture on the screen here of all of the places that it is used in recommended equipment on the wiki, but I couldn't zoom out far enough to get them all on screen. So instead, I'm just going to put a little video of all the places scrolling down. I've probably already started it right now. It's pretty long. It's probably still going. Okay, I'm wherever. I'm going to cut it off here. But yeah, as you can tell, a lot of places. This is very useful. Now, the only downsides I can think of this is the Fang would have been more useful and is the same rate. So obviously I would have preferred the Fang first, but you know, I'll take what I can get. And also, I can just tell I'm going to get a bunch of dupes of these and I'm going to be upset. You know, next time we have a TOA task, we're much more likely to get a dupe now that we have a Lightbearer. But, you know, you can't complain. Obviously, dupes are going to happen. So, yeah, I'm very happy about this. And we can move on. That was a relatively quick task. I forget how many raids I was at when I started, but I think I only did. I don't even know. Either way, we're moving on. Let's go roll a new task. I'm very happy to have finished that task relatively quickly. I went and looked it up. I started at 69 KC. I can't believe I forgot. Ended at 75, so I only actually did 6 raids. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Complete the task, and yeah, let's roll. Let's see what we're doing. Get 1 unique from the Wildy bosses. Okay, this is actually pretty good. Although I really dislike wilderness content in general, I have been looking forward to these Wildy boss unique tasks. There's 4 of them in the elite tier, and I haven't rolled any of them yet. And I need a couple things. First of all, I would love a second dragon pickaxe so I can leave one at TOA so I don't have to keep remembering to deposit mine. Although I do have this handy little plugin to remind me. It would be nice to just be able to leave one in there and never really think about it again. And number 2, as you can see when I go to the Vedion and Calvarion log, I got absolutely spooned on the Void Waker blade, and it really makes me want to try and go for a Void Waker. It's a great spec weapon, and considering I got the blade so early, I can just go to Spindel and Artio, I don't know how to pronounce that boss, and eventually, maybe, hopefully, get some Void Waker pieces. I don't really know which one I want to do first, whether it's Artio or Spindel, but yeah, I think I'm going to be going to one of those 2 bosses just to try for the Void Waker piece. One of the main reasons that I don't really enjoy wilderness content as much Obviously, on an Iron Man, I don't really care about PKing. I can't get any of the loot, so it's not useful for me. And I just don't like when my PVMing is interrupted by PKers, most of which won't kill me, so we're just wasting everyone's time. But, you know, there's still some of these left on the spreadsheet, like I said, and some Revenant tasks on there too, so I will have to be doing this in the future. But this is the setup I'm going to go with. I try to just go complete bare bones, so I don't really care if I die. Obviously, the Divine Super Combat Potion is my third most valuable item, so yeah, if I have Protect Item enabled, especially once this is gone, you know, I'm really not risking anything I care about. Everything here is losable, other than, like, the Rune Boots, the only thing that I don't really have an easy way to get, but I think I have, like, 20-something of these, 21 of these, yeah. So this is going to be the setup. I'm just going to go complete bare bones budget gear. Hopefully anyone that sees me will realize that it's not really worth even attacking me, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Going to Spindel, let's do it. I should also mention the uniques here. There are 3 new uniques I could get here. One is the Fangs of Venenatus, the most likely one, at a 1 in 618 rate, which is the upgrade to the crossbow to turn it into a web weaver bow, aka completely useless unless I end up getting a crossbow or something. I don't know when I would do that. I guess from Revenants if I ever roll one of those tasks, but the next thing would be a Treasonous Ring, a 1 in 716 drop, which is just a stab bonus ring, both attack and defense, and I don't think there's any uses for that anywhere ever, so that's essentially completely useless, even more so than the Fangs. And then obviously the Voidwaker gem, just one of the 3 Voidwaker pieces, which is the thing that I'm after, which is a 1 in 912 drop. So obviously it is the most rare, but also the most useful, so hopefully we can end up getting one of those. Another nice thing about this task, which I actually mentioned in a video when I was trying to train my Herblore, this will be great for red spider's eggs. Although I don't really, I mean, I guess I do need a few right now, but I don't have nearly as many snapdragons as I used to. I collected about 2,000 red spider's eggs just on the ground in the 4th house dungeon. This was one of the things that I wish I was able to do, but I decided not to just because I still have so many collection log slots here. I didn't want to, like, go ahead and do them before getting the task, so hopefully, during this grind, I'll end up with a bunch of red spider's eggs as well for future use. And last thing I wanted to mention here before we get started, I know I've done a lot of yapping, but I did want to mention this. I'm using the picture-in-picture plugin with my main account standing outside. So I actually have a little screen right here. I know you can't see it. Maybe I'll put a screenshot here so you can see it, but it doesn't get picked up on my recorder. And I can just see what my other account screen looks like. So while I'm killing the boss, I'm just going to leave my main account out here, and I should be able to see if any PKers come by or if anyone goes to enter the cave, which should help me not die, hopefully, if I'm paying attention. But yeah, that's just sort of something I wanted to mention. A plugin I've never used before, but I just saw in a video recently and figured it might be kind of useful. So yeah, that's the plan. Unfortunately, I can't actually peek in this cave yet. I need to kill the boss 20 times before I can do that. So I might need to hop a bunch of worlds before I can actually, you know, find a world easily. But hopefully once I find a world, I can get 19 kills without leaving or without anyone stealing my world. And then I can actually use that feature. So yeah, let's do it. Well, at the very least, there is 20 KC, so if I get PK'd, at least I can do the thing on the thing. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, an elite clue, that's pretty nice. As I was looking through the Spindel drops, I actually noticed that it had a 1 in 100 chance to drop an elite clue, so I went and made sure I did that elite clue from the raids task before I started this, and I actually got one, which is very nice. By the way, the task so far is going pretty well. I've done 51 kills, I had one before from the diary, and yeah, I've been attacked a few times from PKers that I don't know how I didn't see them, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. I'll have to go back and look at the clips, but yeah, so far none of them have been able to attack me. I did tank a TB in full proselyte somehow without Prey Magic, so that was cool. And the one guy actually did TB me and then teleported, I think. I don't actually know. He TB'd me and then stopped attacking me. Maybe he realized that I wasn't worth killing, so yeah, either way, going okay so far. Gonna go do this elite clue. I will say it's very nice that I can do this on a 2000 total world with my alt also on a 2000 total world. I feel like I've been able to avoid pretty much every PK. I've seen a lot of people log in right next to my scout and just log out knowing that I've seen them and that if they go in, I'll just teleport away and it's just not worth their time. So yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Again, I haven't caught a few times without looking, but I also changed the settings so my other screen will flash when someone comes on screen. So hopefully that'll help me notice better. Also, not to mention, I can go and do this elite clue, and then if other people that are trying to do Spindel log in, they'll see my alt outside the cave and hopefully not go in there. Another elite clue, okay, sure. Man, this place is crazy. It just gives you so many supplies. Like, look at all these super restores. Well, blighted super restores, but still. Yeah, as long as I'm paying attention, I don't think I should be able to die here. Now, I think that guy was just trying to get rid of me because I saw an Iron Man immediately come in after to take the world, so I don't know about that one, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident that I shouldn't die here. Don't quote me on that. Well, looks like there's a few too many PKers on right now. It's, you know, they can't kill me, but it's just annoying. I can't really kill the boss. And there's one guy that's just like ragging me. He just literally hopping worlds just so that I can't kill the boss, which is kind of annoying, but I think I'm just going to do this tomorrow. Okay, hello, good morning. It is the next day. I've found a world. Hopefully I don't get PK'd or at least attempted to get PK'd nearly as much today. And this is going to be 100 KC. No combat achievement or anything, just thought it was a cool milestone. Well, just like I suspected, today is pretty much just as bad, if not worse, when it comes to the PKers, but I don't really have a choice. I gotta do it, so fun. Yo, that's the thing! Oh, okay. Sure. I don't know why, I just wasn't expecting it to be so worthless. I mean, I guess that's not the reason why Spindel's good money per hour. Obviously, it's for the Voidwaker piece, but yeah, there it is, Fangs of Inanatus. Kind of cool, I guess. Again, useless for me right now, but next time we get a Wilderness Boss task, that means that we can go back to Spindel, and that won't count, so we're more likely to get the thing that we want. I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't end up getting a Dragon Pick or even a Dragon Two-Hand before that, kind of surprisingly. I don't think I showed it, but the Dragon Pick and Dragon Two-Hand are both like 1 in 380-ish, I think. I don't remember, actually. I don't have it up right now, but much more common than any of the other uniques. So, cool, I guess. I don't know. Again, it's kind of useless for me. It's just going to sit in the bank until I get a crossbow, but we're done! Yay! Anyways, that task ended up being way faster than I expected, to be honest, so let's go roll a new task. When I first rolled that task, I was a little bit surprised that we hadn't had a wildy task yet in the elite tier, but after going through and checking, there's actually only 8 wilderness tasks in the elite tier. 4 wildy boss tasks and 4 revenants tasks. So I guess it makes sense, you know, it's actually not as common as I thought it would be, but now there's only 7 left, because we can complete that task, and let's roll a new one. 1 unique from the Desert Treasure 2 bosses. Okay, cool. I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to be targeting Vardorvis for all of my Desert Treasure 2 boss uniques. I would love an Altar Vestige. I think that's the biggest upgrade from any of the Desert Treasure 2 bosses. And to do that, just to make sure that I get it, I'm only going to be killing Vardorvis for a little while now. Now, don't get me wrong, Virtus would also be amazing, but you can get that from any of the bosses, so I'm just going to Vardorvis to try and get the Vestige. I'm going to need 3 ingots as well, and in fact, that's the most likely unique for me to get on this task, but yeah, 69 KC so far, nice, and yeah, we'll be going back. I don't know if I have any upgrades since the last time I went back. So I actually do have a few upgrades here. Now I have a construction cape, so I can bring that instead of the Narda amulet and the crafting cape, saving an inventory space. I have a Sarah Godsword, which should really help the sustain, should have longer trips, and I have Ferocious Gloves instead of Arrows Gloves, which should just help overall as well. So that's good. Hopefully this will be a little bit better than last time. Last time I feel like I remember doing okay. Actually, I don't really remember this boss too well. So we're just going to go back and relearn it. The one thing that I wish I did have for Vardorvis is a Blood Fury. Well, I guess I do have a Blood Fury, but it only has like 1,000 charges left. And as you know, I've been working to try and get that Blood Shard, still with no luck. So for now, we're just sticking with the Torture. Blood Fury would be really nice here, though. So I may end up going and spending some time pickpocketing Vyres this evening when I have nothing better to do or something like that. But for now, we're just going to get started. I did just want to quickly mention, I did say the chromium ingot was the most likely thing at a 1 in 362 chance. That is probably going to be what we end up getting, and we will need 3 of them if we do get the vestige to make the ring. The other things, the vestige is a 1 in 1088, but not really. It's actually another 1 in 362 chance to roll 1 drop of it, and you need to roll that drop 3 times to actually get it. So on average, it's going to take about 1,088 kills, but you're more likely to get it around the average instead of going super dry or getting super lucky. So it's kind of weird that way. The axe piece is also a 1 in 1,088, and each of the Vertus pieces individually are like a 1 in 3,200 something, but to get any of those is also a 1,088. So most likely going to end up with a chromium ingot. I really don't want to see an axe piece. It's really unlikely that I end up getting all the axe pieces to actually make it. So hopefully we don't get that. We're looking for a vestige. If not a vestige, then Vertus. And if not that, then probably most likely an ingot. All right, and this is going to be 100 KC, 31 kills so far this task. I am remembering how to kill the boss, and I'm also remembering why I don't really like this boss. But, you know, I gotta do it. So, yeah. Oh my god, finally another blood shard. I just went and did so many pickpockets. I'm up to 20,000 pickpockets at the Vyres, and I got tired of clicking, and I decided I would just AFK while I ate dinner, and I actually got another one, finally. My luck at the Sentinels is actually pretty good, but yeah, 19,900 Vyre pickpockets on the account with 0 blood shards from pickpocketing. So I can finally go ahead and add some more charges to my Blood Fury. As you can see, I was just over 1,000 hits left, so this should be 11,000 yes, recharge. And perfect timing. I'm going to go try this out at Vardorvis after I do a hard clue. One of the biggest things about Vardorvis is you don't really want to eat during the kill, because he starts doing more and more damage the later you get, and that's usually when you would want to eat. The best thing to do is actually just kill him and then eat between kills. So hopefully the Blood Fury should help with that a little bit, and just, you know, less eating overall means longer trips, means more kills per hour. Hey, perfect Vardorvis, let's go. The perfect achievement for Vardorvis is actually to kill it 5 times perfectly without leaving the little instance, which I was only able to do because of both the Blood Fury and 3 supply drops. But I did manage to get 5 perfect kills in there, so I must be doing something right. And as far as the other Vardorvis combat achievements I have left, I have a speed task that's definitely possible with good hits. To kill the Awakened version, not happening. A speed task that is not possible unless I get literally perfect hits. I don't see that happening. And one that I would have to go out of my way to do, which I'm not going to do. So that's pretty much all of the ones that I'm going to be going for. Maybe hoping for that speed one if, you know, I get lucky. Oh yeah, and I've also started bringing the Torture as well. I find that especially when I'm bringing some anglers at the beginning of kills, it's just wasting Blood Fury hits, and the Torture's higher DPS, so I'm just doing an amulet swap. Okay. The Awakener's orbs are used to fight the awakened versions of the bosses, which are just harder versions that don't really do anything. The only advantage you get is if you kill all 4 of them, you get to turn your Torva into Blood Torva, but I don't have Torva, and I have no reason to kill them. So, although they're kind of cool drops, and I'll save them for if I ever do want to go for it, for now, they're essentially just dead drops. They look cool, though. It's kind of funny, I was just looking at the collection log as I was showing the Awakener's orbs, and I realized that although I said the altar vestige is the thing that I'm after, and I would love to see it, it's actually entirely useless to me until I get 3 chromium ingots first, because you need to make the vestige. It makes the altar ring, but you need to break down a berserker ring and combine it with 3 chromium ingots in order to actually make the altar ring. So until I get 3 of these, the vestige is actually completely useless. So the best drop for me right now would actually be a Virtus piece, specifically the top or the bottom. So a top or bottom Virtus piece or the vestige or a chromium ingot, then I guess the mask. The only thing I really don't want to see is the executioner's axe. I will say, now that I've done a bunch of kills with the Blood Fury, it is really good here, and it just makes me wish that, I know they talked about this previously, but I really hope they add blood shards to a drop table instead of just being from Vire Watches and Vires, because doing those on an iron is just really annoying and super luck dependent. It'd be really nice, and I think fit thematically if they added them to like the Theater of Blood drop table, or maybe Fasani's Nightmare or Regular Nightmare, just to be able to farm them without having to like only farm them, if that makes sense. Because like, I want to use a Blood Fury in a lot of places, but just having to farm blood shards on an Iron Man is really annoying. Okay, well, I'm really sad that I forgot to turn my recorder back on, but I got a thing, let's go! Ended up finishing the task on a 155 KC, which is well under the drop rate for an ingot, so happy to see that. Again, we need 3 of these, so there's 1 out of 3 at least, and we are done. I can stop killing the boss now. I ended up doing 86 kills. I'll put the loot on screen here. The loot is pretty bad. It's kind of disappointing. Endgame bossing, you'd think that like the loot would be half decent, but even the supplies, other than the ore, the rune and the adamant ore is pretty good. Other than that, there really isn't much to get here, but either way, we're done. We got an ingot. It kind of surprised me. I know I didn't have it in the clip because I wasn't recording, but they're like not worth very much. They're not even a green for me. Like I saw the drop and I didn't even think it was the thing that I was looking for. But yeah, 1 ingot down, 2 more to go, and a vestige, and we can go roll a new task. All right, here we go back on the spreadsheet. We can complete that task. I just went and checked, and there's 3 more Desert Treasure 2 boss unique tasks on the spreadsheet. And I want to talk a little bit more about that in a sec, but let's roll a new task and see what we're doing first. Get 5 new uniques from medium clues. First medium clue task of the elite tier. Okay. So like I said, there's 3 more Desert Treasure 2 boss unique tasks on the elite tier. And as you can see here, I've got 5 potential items I could get from Vardorvis. Now, most likely, I'm going to end up getting the Vestige, the Axe Head, and 1 of the Virtus Robe pieces, just based on, like, drop rates. But there is a chance that I could get, like, really unlucky, or, I guess, really lucky, and end up with, like, 2 Virtus pieces and an Axe Head, or 3 Virtus pieces, and end up not being able to get the Altar Vestige. But once I'm done all of the Desert Treasure 2 tasks on the elite tier, I'm allowed to go and kill the bosses whenever I want. And at that point, I probably could just go back and keep farming for it. So I'm not too concerned about it, but I did just briefly want to mention that. Anyway, moving on to medium clues. I actually haven't done that many mediums compared to my other clues. As you can see, like easies I'm at 700, even hards I'm at almost 400. Mediums I'm only at 250. And surprisingly, I don't really get medium clues much. The stuff that I do doesn't really give medium clues, so I don't have that many, but I do have 18 stacked up since the start of the elite tier, just because I have been doing them whenever I get them. So hopefully we can just start opening these and get a good head start. 65 out of 115, but a lot of those are going to be elegant pieces, which are pretty rare, so I don't really know what I'm hoping for here. I just want to open, and maybe like 3 uniques would be great. Okay, well there's 1. Oh my god, Bando's Cloak! This was the thing that I was saying I needed for a clue step. So not only is that a new unique, but that's a great one. 2 out of 5, let's go. Okay, I didn't even know, what is a cat mask? Okay, sure, 3 out of 5. great, not bad. I got exactly what I wanted. That Bando's Cloak is actually really nice. I just talked about it in a previous episode, but there's a master clue step where you need a Bando's God Sword, a Bando's Plate Body, and a Bando's Cloak. And I had just got the Bando's Plate Body when I unlocked the Bando's God Sword, and I decided I just need the Cloak left, and now I have that too, so I can do that master clue step. Now, unfortunately, I am out of medium caskets, which means I'm going to go farm some clues, and I'm going to be doing it at Puro Puro. I don't really like doing Puro Puro for clues, but there isn't really any other option that's even nearly as close, so yeah, we're going to be doing that. I thought about doing some like AFK, like Fally guards or something, but it just seems like a waste of cannonballs to do something that is going to be slower clues per hour than doing Puro Puro, so yeah, I'm going to go figure out a setup. It's been a long time since I've been back, so I got to figure out all the things that I need. Now, something that is nice that I actually didn't mention at the time I did it, one of the levels that I got for 2200 total was 93 Hunter, and at the time I did it just because it was something fast that I could do, but one of the main reasons I actually did it was 93 Hunter is the level you need to have a 100% chance to catch eclectic implings when barehanded or using a magic butterfly net. So hopefully, as long as, you know, they don't fly away right off the spawn, I should be able to catch them a little bit faster because I won't be failing any of them. So yeah, this is the plan. Eclectic implings, medium clues. I don't know how many caskets I'm going to get, but I'll stack up a few, maybe 10, and then we'll go and open them. By the way, medium clues are a 1 in 25 chance from eclectic implings, and they take about 3.5 seconds to spawn, add another second to catch it or 2. You're getting about a 1 in 25 chance at a medium clue every 4.5 seconds. So a clue should take, on average, like, I don't know, 2 minutes to get. I mean, I'm getting kind of unlucky right now, but that means that 10 clues should only take me, like, I don't know, less than an hour, in theory, but in reality, who knows? I wanted to share some knowledge that you may or may not already know, but if you go over to this imp right here and click the check gates option, it'll show you where in the overworld the crop circle currently is. If you didn't know, there is a crop circle to enter Puro Puro randomly on the overworld. Every world is different, but there's always one active at a time. And like this one, you can see, I believe that is by Hosidius. And then if you actually go to that portal, which I will do right now. So here is the crop circle by Hosidius, and if you enter through this crop circle, or any of the overworld crop circles, you'll get this buff called Farmer's Affinity, which helps you in Puro Puro when you're pushing through the wheat. I believe you push through twice as fast. So for me, when I'm just camping the one spawn, it's not as useful, but if you're running around Puro Puro for like dragon or magpie implings or something, that can be really nice to help navigate them and help making catching implings easier. I just wanted to mention that because, like, I've played this game for nearly 20 years now, and I didn't know that until starting this series, and it just shows you, like, even a game that you've put tens of thousands of hours into, there's still new stuff to learn about it. I've got to go do some real-life stuff, and I've got 7 caskets, so I'm just going to open them now. I'm pretty much just hoping for, like, 1 more, but we might get 2 here and finish the task. I got an extra pair of ranger boots. Alright, sure. That's so funny. I'm like, I don't even care about the ranger boots. I was just clicking. I didn't see a collection log. I just kept clicking. I stopped because I saw the master clue. And then, yeah, I got another pair of ranger boots. Cool, I guess. Those might be going into Death's coffer for like 34 mil, but maybe I'll keep them for now. Either way, I'm just going to drop this and open the rest. Alright, well, no new uniques, but yeah, that was pretty cool. Alright, I'm back with the 9 caskets this time. Just need the 2 new uniques, so I'm feeling pretty good. I forgot I had a master clue in the bank, and I literally, I would have got 1 from both of those clues. That's so sad. What am I doing? What a blunder. Another Bando's Cloak! What is happening? And another master clue! What is going on? I'm just gonna go and try and do both these master clues so I don't have to bother juggling them. So this might take me a while, but I guess for you guys, it'll be like 2 seconds. But hey, while I do this, it would be a great time for you to check if you're subscribed to the channel. Over 50% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and if you made it this far in the video, then you probably enjoyed the content and you probably want to see more. So you should make sure that you're subscribed. Seriously though, you guys subscribing and liking the videos and whatnot really does help with the YouTube algorithm, and I've been trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you want to help me with that goal, then it would really mean a lot to me. I feel like master clues, just like in general, are a great example of why I wish we had stackable clues in Old School. I know it got polled a long time ago and people voted no to it, which I think if they re-polled it now, people would probably say yes. But so often, I'm just not in the mood to do a master clue, or I'm trying to do something else and I get one and I'm like, well, I sort of need to do it because, you know, it's part of my series. I need to have as many master caskets as possible, but yeah, this is definitely not what I thought I'd be doing right now. Alright, finally done with those 2 master clues. At this point, I'm kind of happy that I didn't get those 2 other ones, because that would have taken forever, but 4 more caskets, maybe just 1 unique would be cool. Well, 1 new unique? No, okay. Okay, 6 caskets this time. Surely we'll get at least 1 new unique. Okay, we got at least 1 new unique. White unicorn mask. I think that's a rare one too. Nice. Alright, we'll take it. And yes, I was right. The unicorn masks and all of the elegant pieces are twice as rare as all of the rest of the medium clue uniques. So getting it is kind of cool. Finish both the unicorn masks. But now that we only need 1 more unique, we can open our caskets right away so we know exactly when we're done. Like this. No? Okay. Or maybe like this. Huh. What about this? Surely this one though, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop this bit. You'll see when I get it. Okay, well that works. Literally on the next clue that I didn't do the, okay, whatever. We're done, let's go. I was preparing to do like a whole clue montage where like I opened a bunch of caskets and put some music to the background, but I guess that works. I think that might have been the craziest medium clue task I've ever had. I got dupe ranger boots, dupe climbing boots, I got the bando's cloak, I got 2 bando's cloaks actually, which I needed for the clue step. I got a white unicorn mask, which is nice because it's rare. I mean, that was great. And more importantly, it didn't take very long. So we're done the task, we can go roll a new one. Probably gonna have to save it for the next video, but let's go see what it is. Okay, back on the spreadsheet, complete the task. Like I said, if it's quick, we might be able to fit it in this video, but if not, we'll have to save it for the next one. Get 1 unique from the Desert Treasure 2 bosses. Alright, we're going back to Vardorvis in the next video, because yeah, obviously we did just get the chromium ingot, which is the last sort of easy unique to get. The rest of them are 1 in 1,000, 1 in 1,000, 1 in 3,000, 1 in 3,000, you know. So this one could be a while, but as long as we dodge the Executioner's Axe Head, we should get a decent upgrade. Hopefully a few more chromium ingots along the way. So yeah, looking forward to it in the next video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, as that's the best way to help my videos with the YouTube algorithm. And while you're down there, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on the next upload. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. And I want to give a big thank you to all of my channel members, but a special thank you to my Tier 3 Big Spoon channel members, Alchemist BTW, Jack Staumer, Zach Martin, Luxitaire, Tony Adkins, Dolph, and Fading Shadow. And if you want to see your name here in the credits for the rest of the season, consider becoming a channel member. The lowest tier is only $2 a month, and it really helps me out. Thank you.